Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. As you know, I've been to olive oil tasting seminars, I've been to olive oil farms, I've traveled to many olive oil producers in many different countries, and then about 2 years ago, I put out a video on tips for buying olive oil. And since then, I've been asked, what's your number one choice? So today, I'd like to share with you my number one pick for olive oil and 3 very important reasons why, and share some tips along the way. So let's get started right now. Many countries, of course, produce good olive oil, but if I had to pick just one, it would be Olearia San Giorgio from Calabria, Italy. And here, folks, are 3 very important reasons why. Reason number 1, focus. Is the company focused on quality or are they focused on profits? If they're focused on profits, they have the wrong focus, and I'm going to show you in reason number 2 how easy it is to spot those companies. Think about it. If it takes 1,000 to 2,000 olives to produce just 1 liter of olive oil, those companies that are focused on profits will look for ways of extracting more oil through perhaps improper means or blending other oils to get more volume and increase profits. Yes, they're degrading the quality, degrading the health benefits, but at the end of the day, they don't care because they're focused on profits. Olearia San Giorgio, on the other hand, is clearly focused on quality. And with quality come all the related health benefits and taste, making olive oil as it should be. Quality is key. They are a family-run olive oil producer who've been making olive oil for generations with old-fashioned family values and taking pride in putting their name beside the product they produce. It starts by taking care of your olive groves and then proper cultivation, followed by a processing time within 24 hours of picking the olives. This is very important. If the olives are not processed right away, they begin to degrade, oxidize, ferment, and you will have a tainted, slightly tarnished olive oil. So very, very important within 24 hours. And then, of course, processing through cold extraction by mechanical means, another important factor. The final factor is the bottling. You want to bottle in, ideally, glass, choice number 1. Tin or metal would be choice number 2. And plastic, not a choice at all. If you pick up a bottle with plastic, put it down and just walk away. Reason number 2, and it's an important one. Honesty versus dishonesty. And it's very easy for you to spot. The answer is the label. Now, some people say you can't trust the label. Companies can put anything they want on labels. Not so true, because companies are liable for what is in print. So the dishonest companies, they look for ways to get around it, ways to mislead you. For example, they will start by having very little information on the label. The information will be vague and general in nature. This is the first sign of an olive oil to avoid. Then, look for statements that are, let's say, misleading. I'll use Italy as an example. Could be any country, but if the label says packed in Italy or imported from Italy, it doesn't necessarily mean you have Italian olive oil. It just means it was packed there or imported from there, but the oil could be coming from anywhere in the world. These are the kinds of statements that are meant to mislead you in thinking you're getting olive oil from Italy. So technically, they're not lying, but it's misleading. So if you see misleading statements like that on the label, put the bottle down and walk away, because those folks are the companies, as I mentioned earlier, that are focused on profits. In fact, how about information? Not information on the importer, but information on the olive oil producer. Do they state their name, address, phone number, website, any detailed information on the actual producer itself? Is there a harvest date or a lot number with traceability? Again, if this information is missing, put the bottle down and walk away. A company that has vague labeling and misleading information is trying to hide something. Now, their price might be lower, and that's how they get you. So buyer beware. So now, with all that talk about labeling, let's take a look at Olearia San Giorgio's labeling and see what we find. So let's zoom in and take a closer look at this label. So right off the bat, you can see here we have the name of the estate right up front, Olearia San Giorgio. Next, you have the actual name of the olive oil itself, Mauro. And in fact, this one even says Terra di San Mauro, actually tells you the land where it came from. The third thing is, of course, the grade classification. This one happens to be organic extra virgin olive oil, which is from a single estate. And this particular bottle was shipped to Canada, and it is certified by Canada as being organic. The next, very important, and we talked about this earlier, is the country of origin. Clearly, you can see it's made in Italy. Not packed in Italy, not imported from Italy, but made in Italy. And then right below it is the family name. In this case, it says Figli Fazzari, Fazzari family, and that is the family farm. Down below is Serafino. Serafino is, of course, the importer on record. Looking at the back, we have lots more information, including even the types of olives, the olive varieties that are included in this particular olive oil brand. Very detailed information. Next, important, harvested, cold extraction, and bottled. The method of production, as we talked about earlier, very, very important. Again, the region is Calabria, and below it is the estate. Again, total details, Olearia San Giorgio, complete with address and website. And looking further down, of course, you have your nutritional facts. And then here you have a seal of authenticity. Very, very important as well. Then you have, again, the importer on record, imported by Serafino.com. So right to their website. And last but not least, and very important, is a best before date. And here, folks, they have a lot number. And that lot number will give you exactly the day that this was bottled. This, folks, is what you want to see in a label. Full transparency, full accountability, nothing misleading, and nothing to hide. So yes, folks, labeling is key. Reason number 3, and you may have guessed it, location. Just picture this. Located in southern Italy, in the province of Reggio Calabria, about 1,600 feet above sea level on the Aspromonte mountain range, lies a beautiful medieval village called San Giorgio Morghetto. And in the foothills of the mountain range, you guessed it, is Olearia San Giorgio. They get the perfect airflow with a nice mix between coastal and mountain air, between the Tyrrhenian Sea and the Aspromonte mountain range. So the next question is, where or how can I get this olive oil? The answer is an easy one. Serafino. Serafino.com. They have a store locator right on their website. And the beauty of the internet, if you can't find it or don't have a store near you, you can buy it directly online from Serafino. And while you're there, they have a great website, and I have to mention, they offer an amazing tour. It's only one tour, it's in October, and it's all about Calabria, the real Calabria. You're talking food, wine, cultural experience, and of course, right down to visiting San Giorgio. And I'll be sure to put links in the description for you for all of this, including my original olive oil episode. So it's taken me a while, but I'm so glad I shared this information with you, because olive oil, folks, is the #1 ingredient in the Mediterranean diet. It is a superfood full of valuable health benefits. So I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. And as always, folks, until next time, buon appetito and salute. In fact, let's crack open this small bottle right here. Cheers. Amazing.